With the news that Liz Truss is set to become the next British Prime Minister, what does it mean for the country's embattled economy? Taking over from Boris Johnson, Liz Truss will have a brimming in-tray with serious concerns about the cost of living crisis, the energy crisis and Brexit hurdles. Well, with me now is Antonio Fatas, Professor of Economics at INSEAD Business School. Welcome to you, Antonio. Thank you for being with us. Now, we've got a situation right now in which the UK economy is one of the weakest in Europe. If we take a look at it globally, we've just seen that news line come out about it falling to sixth in terms of size behind India. But let's face it, many European countries right now are dealing with the energy crisis. So why is it proving so difficult for the UK?
I think what we see is that the UK on the margin is doing a little bit worse than some of the European countries. I do think this is to a large extent the effects of Brexit. When Brexit happened, we were all wondering what was going to happen in the years ahead. And there was a debate. Is it going to be good? Is it going to be bad? Many economists like myself, we thought it was bad news for the UK. But then the COVID crisis happened. So it was very hard to tell apart what happened during Brexit. But now that we're done with COVID, we start seeing the effects of an economy which is isolated from the rest of the world, that has all the uncertainty associated with Brexit and the fact that some of the agreements between the UK and the European Union might be questioned now by the new government.
And do you think we've reached the bottom when it comes to the impact of Brexit, or do you think that it could have a further impact on the British economy?
I think the problem with Brexit is going to have a long-term impact. So I don't think we're done. I think the UK economy is going to be affected structurally. And what we're going to see in economy is weaker over the years ahead. So this is not about a short-term crisis. It's about the fact that the UK economy being by themselves, it just doesn't make a lot of sense. And it means from an economic point of view that performance is going to suffer. From my perspective, it's going to suffer forever. This is not a short-term issue at all.
So we've got then the legacy of Boris Johnson, of course, who famously said that he got Brexit done. Now we've got Liz Truss, who will be coming into number 10. And, she's been talking about, delivering on the energy crisis. She didn't actually give any detail on that, but talking about other economic challenges. She says that she will cut taxes to boost growth. Do you think that'll work in terms of helping people who are particularly hard hit by the cost of living crisis in the UK?
Some of her policies would not be too different from what other countries are doing. Obviously, the support that she will provide to people who are being hurt by the energy crisis, to a large extent, is a similar policy than what we see in other European countries. I think the general recipe that she's coming with, which is cutting taxes across the board to stimulate growth, I'm not sure that recipe is going to deliver. I think the UK problems when it comes to growth are very structural. The UK investment rate is one of the lowest, if not the lowest, among advanced economies. Productivity in the UK has been suffering now for more than a decade. And I'm not sure it's a matter of tweaking with taxes. I think that's a recipe that sounds great for her audience, which is the Conservative Party. It sounds a little bit going back to Margaret Thatcher. But I'm not sure from an economic point of view that's going to make a big difference for the UK economy.